Hello, good afternoon. Maybe we wait for another 2 minutes for the audience to come in. In the meantime, we are also doing live video in our Facebook, UTAR for you. If let's say your friends are yet to register, can share with them to watch this live webinar in our Facebook, UTAR for you. Okay. Dr. Chen?
Yes.
Okay, maybe we can start now?
Yes, anytime.
Okay, all right. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to UTAR Cyber Open Day webinar. Today's topic is Study Abroad Opportunities at UTAR. My name is Yong Chin Yi from Division of Program Promotion. First of all, I would like to thank you all to join us in this webinar, and I'm glad to see you all here. We are doing live webinar in Zoom now. At the same time, we are also doing live video in our Facebook, UTAR for you. If let's say your friends are yet to register in live webinar in Zoom, can ask them to watch this video in our Facebook. Just click like and share with them. Okay. Now, okay, I would like to explain to the flow. The sharing section will be last for an hour. There will be a Q&A section in the last 15 minutes. Should you have any questions or inquiries, you can click for the friends or audience from Zoom, you can click the Q&A button at the bottom to raise up your question. Due to time limit, we will try our best to answer all the questions. Okay, today we are honored to invite Dr. Chen Yiqi, the Deputy Director of Division of Community and International Networking, as the speaker to share this topic, Study Abroad Opportunities at UTAR. Okay, now have a look at the speaker background. Okay, this is Dr. Chen. Dr. Chen actually is a Taiwanese. She is the Deputy Director from Division of Community and International Networking. She also an assistant professor from Faculty of Faculty of Business and Finance. She finished her bachelor degree from Business Administration from the Shannan University of Pharmacy and Science, Master of Science from Taipei Medical University, and she graduated PhD from Yunzhe University. Okay, now I believe that she is very experienced in study abroad and can share more information and informative and interesting information with you all within this hour. Now let's welcome Dr. Chen to give this talk today.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Young. So I will share my slide from here.
Okay, sure.
Can see my slide?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, thanks, Ms. Yong's introduction. So basically, actually, I'm happy to hear, to share our experience, especially for this topic. So this, before we start, I think Ms. Yong already introduced me. Allow me to introduce myself again. So I'm the Deputy Director of the Division of Community and the International Networking. So at the same time, just like she mentioned earlier, I'm the Deputy Director. I'm the assistant professor of the faculty and the business and finance. So I'm happy to hear actually to answer all the questions, especially for the study abroad. So today's topic actually is not only the study abroad. So we would like to expand actually to we have one of the program in UTAR. We call it a student mobility program. So just like our slogan of our division, our slogan is to explore the world, experience the diversity. So that means that we hope our students have this opportunity to learn because of different things around the world. And at the same time, actually to learn the diversity. And the diversity can be the cultural diversity, race diversity, even the gender diversity. So from this program, actually our students can learn because of different things and also have a global view to the society. Okay, so before we start, let me introduce our division. So our division is a community and the international networking. So that means we are the windows for UTAR. So basically all the linkage with the university partners and also the industry will go through our division. So we will work with a lot of the different universities around the world. And at the same time, we also work with many overseas industry together. So this is a make us actually become a platform or channel actually to share the info with our students. Okay, so as you can see, we have so many partners around the world. At the moment right now, we have 445 MOU partners, including the university and the industry. As you can see, this is our university partner from North America, Europe, Africa, of course, Asia, and also the Australia. So we have a lot of university partners to work together with us. Some of the university you probably heard before, like some of the very famous university, for example, like in United States, we have Illinois State University. In Japan, we have Aoyama Gakuin, we have Shibuya Institute of Technology. We also work the university in the European country, such as OTH Rosenberg, or some of the university in China. So like the Guangxi Zhongyao Daxue, Guangxi Daxue, Tianjin, and then also have the Xibei Gongye Daxue. Actually, we have a lot of different university partner in the different country. Also, we also work closely with the university from my hometown, like the National Taiwan University, Tsinghua, even some of the university in UK, like the University of Leeds. They're also our university partner. So our students actually have a chance to study abroad in those universities once they join UTAR. At the same time, we also have 307 because industry overseas partners and NGO. So that means you not only can study abroad, you also have a chance actually to conduct your internship and the clinical posting and also your research in the overseas partners and also the institution. For example, we have a partner like the Alibaba, Huawei, and also we also work together with like the Mango TV in China. So basically, you see, we have a lot of partnerships around the world. Okay. So in these pictures, you probably in these slides, you probably can see we have so many different countries around the world. So the most of all, actually, most of the time we don't have a chance to go to the individual countries because they might spend a lot of money. And at the same time, they might spend a lot of time. But however, most of the time, actually, I will encourage our students, especially for the UTAR student, you can take this opportunity to learn the different culture, through our student mobility program. Because, for example, in this slides, you can see this green lady who is holding the green torch. She is the Statue of the Liberty. Where's the place? Where's the statue? That's in United States, New York. So if you want to actually take the flight from Malaysia to New York, then there's a few airport over there. So you probably actually have to spend a lot of money to see what is the beauty, what is the, we call it a big apple. And at the same time, if you want to learn actually different, we call it a culture like the Chinese culture, you want to see the Great Wall, you want to see the giant panda, you have to go to China. If you want to see the one of the magnificent architectures, like in India, you want to see the Taj Mahal, you have to go to India. If you want to see the traditional, we call it a culture, like the tori in Japan, or you want to try some traditional food, you have to go to Taiwan, you have to go to Hong Kong. So all these, because a different place, might take you a lot of time and might consume you a lot of money. So for one reason, actually, we encourage you to participate in this student mobility program. It's about you can take this opportunity actually to save some money and also to earn the credit, and you can see the world. So you don't have to watch the TV drama, for example, like those K-drama, see them eating the kimchi and the tteokbokki. You just go to Korea directly. So it will be very good opportunity actually for all of you. Take this opportunity to join our outbound student mobility program. So a lot of students actually, they might give a lot of excuse. Say they don't want to study abroad, they don't want to leave their comfort zone. So this is the most the reason we face from the student. I cannot afford it. I'm hurry. I have to graduate as soon as possible. I have too many other commitments. I have to commit to my family, commit to my boyfriend, girlfriend. I have to commit to this and that. Going study abroad doesn't help anything on my future and a career. I will miss my friends. This is a very fuzzy schedule, and I'm not that good in another language. Actually, it's not. So for the study abroad program, especially in UTAR, we will provide some of the, we call it, benefit for our students. Especially for most of the students, if you join the student exchange program, you don't have to pay the tuition fee to partner university, because you know, for example, like the study in some of the country will be very expensive. But through the student exchange program, you can save the money. You only have to pay the UTAR tuition fees. And at the same time, actually, you just prepare some of the living expenses. You can study abroad for one semester. The longest will be the 1 year. So any chance will delay your study? Yes, definitely they have a chance actually delay or defer your graduation. But however, from our past experience, if you can make the proper arrangement, for example, you make arrangement very early, like for example, during the year 1, sem 1, you already decide you want to join the student exchange program. So you just arrange your class, we call it properly, follow the schedule, and let's save some of the subject actually for the exchange period. Once you can finish those subjects in the partner university and carry forward those credit to UTAR. So basically, you are not wasting time, but you have to actually make some proper arrangement. But if you don't know how to make arrangement, you always can consult your academic advisor, or you can drop by this internet office. Actually, we are happy to give you some guideline and also to help you to organize your trip. At the same time, now in these days, actual communication, which is very easy. It's not necessary, actually, you have to be with your family, be with your friend all the time. We can rely on those technology. Like today, we cannot face each other face to face. But through this technology, Zoom, WhatsApp, WeChat, Line, we have a chance actually to connect to the people. So don't worry about the distance, don't worry about those commitments. You always can find a way actually to solve the problem. At the same time, some of the students might worry about their language level. If you travel to Japan, if you travel to Korea, will you worry about your language? Yes, it's something you have to concern, because in those countries, we call it English is not a common language. But now in these days, I think because of the internationalization and the global issue, so basically a lot of people can speak the simple English, but however, definitely they are not familiar with your language, like the Chinese or Mandarin, even the Malay. So take this opportunity to learn and pick up some of the new language. It will be very good for all of you. That means that you have a new weapon. You know not only because the Chinese, maybe Malay and English, You also can learn some other languages. So this will be very helpful. So I encourage the students, especially for you guys, actually to learn some of the new languages from now. So not only watch the TV, not only listen to music, you have to learn some of the new language. And those language, actually, I believe it will be very helpful for your future. So as I believe, everything accomplishment start with the decision, which is try. You have to try something first. If you want to do something, you have to ask the question. For example, if you plan to study abroad, or you plan to join the student exchange program, you have to come to us. You can ask your HOD, you can ask your academic advisor. If you need a financial assistant, you also can approach us. We will give you the information actually to help you to make your dream come true. So the most important, you have to start to try. And also you have to ask the question first. Okay, so before we are going to introduce about the UTAR's student exchange mobility program, so the few things that before you go, you have to prepare. The first, you have to make the proper time management. So that means when you're supposed to go. So year 1, sem 2, year 1, sem 3, or in the final year, you want to conduct your final year project, or you want to do the internship in the overseas, a company or in the overseas university. So you have to make your time arrangement, and at the same time you have to prepare some money. And this money, not the big fortune. I'm not asking you to prepare lots of money, but however, at least your living expenses you have to prepare. So just save the money from now. So some of the fees actually can top up. UTAR can provide some of the sponsorship, but in general, you still have to prepare your living expenses. And at the same time, apply the passport. So then you can ready to go. You know, Malaysia passport is very powerful. You can go to a lot of different countries and you don't need a visa. So get a passport. Then you have a chance. Actually, if there's any good opportunity, you just apply, then you can go. So get a passport as soon as possible. So this is the UTAR mobility, student mobility program. So let me introduce our first program. It's the student exchange. The student exchange program, actually we have two types. One is academic exchange. That means that you want to do the credit transfer. Or of course you can, not necessarily have to do the credit transfer, but we always encourage our students, since you spend about 1 semester to being overseas, don't just go over there and have fun. So you better go over there to learn something. And depends on the different country. If you go to Korea, if you go to Japan, maybe the English course is not very common. So you can take some language subject or cultural subject over there. That means a soft skill. Those are COQ subject you can take in Korea, you can take in Japan. But those are technical subject. If you want to go to Taiwan, China, or like the Germany, even the Australia, you can say for those technical subject actually in our partner university. So you just make a proper arrangement so you can have fun. You can see the real things over there. If you at the same time, you also can learn something. Or another student exchange program as during your final year, because in the FYP, I think most of the program in UTAR have to conduct the final year project, and this FYP actually is compulsory, but it's not all compulsory have to do in Malaysia. So you also can conduct your FYP in other country. So we have a lot of students, for example, from engineering, from IT, and from science, actually they conduct their final year project in our partner university. So your supervisor might work with the overseas supervisor closely. So she or he actually can introduce to you to our partner university. So or you can contact us. We always say can find to help you to link to our partners. So this is another opportunity. You can enjoy the facilities. You can see their research and their research environment over there. So it will be very different from UTAR, because every country have their different strengths. So once you go into their country, you can see because the different part. Maybe you won't always see the bright side. You probably also will see the dark side. But still, it's the learning. This is the learning journey. It's very good actually for all of you. Or if you want, you can try the industrial training. The industrial training, that means the internship. The internship can be conducted in university and based on the research, or you can join like those company, overseas company. So we also work with some of the company frequently. For example, some of our students, like the last year, from last year, our student actually will have a big batch of the student go to China to obtain their internship over there. So they went to the Qingzhou Industrial Park. The Qingzhou Industrial Park actually is the project between I think Guangdong and also in Guangdong in Malaysia and Qingzhou in China. This is called as a two country, two park. It's a 两国双元. This is a project actually between Malaysia and China. So our student, actually, we will send our student over there to conduct their internship. So they will be facilitated they will be hosted by the different company and based on your major. So you're based on the different company. So that definitely they will cover like your living expenses, your meal, your accommodation. So this is the big things actually our partner university will provide. Partners will provide. But at the same time, actually, you probably cannot expect a lot because very high salary because you are still a student, you are in the learning process. So normally they will give you some allowance. That allowance, I think, is if you not overspend, sometimes actually you can save a lot of money for yourself. So and this time during the weekend, you also can travel into their country. At the same time, some of the students, if you are from like the Chinese medicine or Western medicine, you will conduct a clinical posting in China or in Taiwan. For most of the Western medicine, actually, they will do the clinical posting in Taiwan. And for the Chinese medicine, we will prefer send a student to China. So this is another way actually for you to join our student mobility program. Another type is the research attachment. If we are postgraduate student, you are conduct the research, you're always welcome actually to apply this research attachment with our partner university. Just like I mentioned earlier, you have a chance actually to see because the technology, to see the new technology and the new teaching way in our partner university. Of course, the number one, number two, number three actually is for the long term. It's for the long term we call it a program. So basically at least one semester, maximum is about 1 year. But however, study tour will be the short term, can be 1 week, 2 weeks, sometimes can be 1 month. So every year UTAR actually will hold a lot of different, we call it a study tour. So our study tour can be in Japan, China, Taiwan, Korea, and Australia. There's a lot of different countries. So based on your budget, based on your expectation, the student actually can join this study tour. Or another way actually, but the study tour, normally you have to pay the basic fees. Some of the fees actually UTAR can provide the sponsorship, but basically you have to still cover like your air ticket, your living expenses. This one you have to cover by yourself for the study tour. And the last one will be the cyber classroom. As you guys know, UTAR since last semester, I think since this year March, due to the MCO, so our university actually UTAR already changed the teaching mode to the online platform. So you probably at the moment right now you're a little bit familiar with the online learning. But the cyber classroom, we started the cyber classroom a long time ago. So we will have this kind of the cyber classroom with different partner university. For example, we used to have a cyber classroom with the University Delaware. This is in United States. And we also have another cyber classroom with the Donghai University, which is in Taiwan. So the cyber classroom actually is about both two sides. Those are two group of students. They join the same class at the same time. So that means that in the class we have one group of students from UTAR. Another group of students actually is from the Delaware or from our partner university. So for our student, actually, if you are a UTAR student, you have a chance to finish the project via online through the discussion. You can complete something together. And at the same time, this one actually is purely free. You don't have to pay the extra fees, but you have to put an extra effort, especially if the cyber classroom is conducted with our partner university, especially in UK or US, due to the time zone. So we are in the different time zone. So our students, sometimes they have to wake up very early, or they have a class during the midnight, because we have to adjust the different times between us and also the partners, our partner university. But it's very good actually for all of you to join this program. So once you join UTAR, you can have this privilege to join this kind of we call it a student mobility program in the future. So I will share some of the brochure for you. So every year, actually, we will make an announcement. We will give we call a recommendation to our students. So some of the university, they have a limited, we call a capacity. Because like the Soga University in Japan, Aoyama Gakuin University in Japan, they will provide a free accommodation for our students, because you know the living expenses in overseas university can sometimes can be very expensive. So some of our partner university, they will provide the free seats. That means that our students don't have to pay the accommodation. They only have to pay the air ticket and also the food and transportation. Those are living expenses. So you can save a lot of money actually for the accommodation part. So this kind of the university, they will be very hot. So a lot of students actually want to join this kind of the program, because they cover, especially in Japan and in Germany, they are not only, some of the university not only provide the free accommodation, they even will give you the scholarship. If you are very, because the CGPA is very high, you are very distinguished, they are happy to give you the scholarship. So once you're holding the scholarship, that means that you have plenty of money, actually can, we call explore their country. Okay, so this is the Korea, like the Inje University, they also will provide a free accommodation. Mogun also will provide a free accommodation. Like the Inje University, this university is not located in Seoul, it's located in Busan. So very interesting, because Busan is the harbor city. So our students actually, in the first beginning, they feel it's not Seoul, it's not the capital. But however, once they join this university, they feel actually it's very unique and also very special compared to the capital Seoul. So at the same time, because this is a harbor city, so every year they were holding some of the, we call it ocean, or those ocean festival. So they'll invite a lot of K-pop singers. So if you are the big fan of the K-pop, you definitely have to take this opportunity, because in J University, they will bring our students and give them the VIP, let them to see this music, see the concert, to join those festival. They give them the VIP seat. So our student actually was, most of them, they are very happy over there and meet a lot of friends and build a connection. So some of the kids actually in our partner university, they will purposely come to Malaysia to visit our student, and our student also will pay their visit to go back again to those host university to see their friends over there. Then friendships here is there. You already build a connection. And of course, they're my hometown, Taiwan. So Taiwan also provide a lot of free accommodation, and also very welcome the student from Malaysia. But the Taiwan actually, I think a lot of Malaysian Chinese, they are familiar with Taiwan, probably from the TV show, probably from those entertainment show. But however, once you go over there, you probably can see maybe something from the TV show is not exactly always correct. So the most important, actually, you have to be there and to experience the difference and to feel because of the diversity. Okay, the Taiwan will be another option for you. Of course, we also have some of the short-term program. But this year will be very unique because of the pandemic. A lot of program or study tool, actually we forced to stop. This is something we are unexpected. But however, I would like to share something actually with you guys. This is in the past few years, we always recommend our students to join this Zijinggu entrepreneurship, this youth camp. And this camp actually is free. Everything is free. Once you landed in China, everything will covered by their university and by the association. So basically, just buy the ticket and pack your things, then you can go. So every year we will select the student to join this very unique youth camp. And this is very useful. They will invite a lot of speakers. And those speakers actually is from very distinguished company. So they will share their entrepreneur, they will share their business experience to our student. And some of the students, they will take opportunity to do some exchange in Japan. So this is with the CIT. And CIT program, normally they will give the student like the allowance and the scholarship. So the SIT actually is the Shibra Institute of Technology, and this one is located in Tokyo. Our students actually, once they join the SIT, they will have experience actually to do some experiment and do the research, mainly focus on the engineering and the IT side. They can do some internship over there. Okay, so another outbound actually experience actually is in Japan. We have a lot of students. Actually, I think they really like to go to Japan. So I'm share more information about this in here. So because of animation or the manga, actually the student really like to go there. So the GIFU actually provide very good experience for our student. So our student, once they're in London, they will have a welcome party for everybody. They will bring our student to very famous restaurant as a welcome party. And at the same time, they will join the international communication project. That means there's a lot of international students will join this project. So they will conduct some of the activities in the different places. For example, like this one, they will bring the student to Fujiyama, which is Fuji Mountain. They will go to the Fuji Mountain actually to see we call one of the famous mountain in Japan. So they will experience those big naturals over there. And at the same time, they will bring the student to a lot of different sightseeing place, like to go to the Osaka, the Tokyo, the Kyoto, or they will bring our student to Hokkaido. So actually they have a chance to see a lot of different things in Japan. And at the same time, actually they also bring they will bring our student to sightseeing, like they go to the Tokyo, the center of the Tokyo, like the Sky Tree or the Tokyo Tower. And these are all places near their university, Asakusa. So it's a very nearby place, but it's bring our student actually to go over there to experience the local culture. At the same time, this kind of the tour also will build some connection for our student. They will bring you actually to those the big company. For example, like the last one would bring the student to the Bridgestone. So you can see those company, how do they work, and they will share their business experience to all of our students. And some of our students will choose to go to not the Asian country. They will choose to go to Germany. So this is the OTH Germany's experience here. So our students actually, they will do the experiment. Of course, I think UTAR also have a lot of experiment and equipment, but you can see different a country when they the equipment and even some of the technology actually might be very different. During the winter time, because for the OTH exchange normally will be during the winter time. So you also can do the hiking, hiking, and also you can try the ski if it's possible, but always be careful. This is a little bit dangerous, especially for the beginner. Or some of our students actually, they are very happy because they have a chance to see this is a very unique festival in Germany. So this is the Oktoberfest. It's a beer festival. So even you don't drink, that's fine. Not necessarily have to drink the alcohol. You just go over there actually to enjoy the phenomena, to enjoy the celebrate the happiness over there. It will be very unique experience to all of you. So before you go to the overseas, I always encourage my student actually to meet the international student first. Meet those exchange first. That means sometimes you plan to go like the year one, sem 3. But before that, you know in UTAR, we have inbound student mobility. This means that we always welcome all the international student and our partner university student to join UTAR as a 1 semester or 1 year. So in this picture, this event is in this year February. So after that, very soon lockdown, all the students in this picture, actually majority of them are our exchange students. So every year UTAR hosts more than 1,000 because international students. Some of them come here for short term, some of them come here for 1 semester, some of them come here for 1 year. So it depends. And because of the pandemic, most of them actually went back to their home country. I think in March, May, the latest I think will be the July. So most of them, they already went back to their hometown. But however, this is one of the event we call the UTAR International Day. If you are the senior, you probably attend this event before. If you are the fresh student or you're gonna join UTAR very soon, we also welcome you guys to join our future event. So this event actually will be organized by all the exchange and the international student. But however, who will help them? Those guys are our UTAR body. So we have one of the program we call UTAR Buddy program. The UTAR Buddy program actually is organized by the UTAR student. So during your year 1, Sem 1, maybe year 1, Sem 2, you are not going to the overseas right now. But however, if you want to learn the different culture, you always actually can join our UTAR Buddy program. That means you will know those students from the overseas. Once after you know them, later actually you can take the opportunity to visit the university or to join the university as an exchange student. So every year we have a student from the different country, like these are 2 guys from Germany. One is holding the Australia flag. He's Ruben. He's from Australia. And we also have a student from China. So every year there's a lot of different kids from different places. So as a UTAR student, you can join our buddy program actually to know them, to expand your relationship with them. Okay, so I believe you're supposed to not only watch the TV, not only read the books to learn the different culture. You're supposed to go abroad to see what are the things going on out there. So because they can gain your global view and the prospect, you can see something which is very different. At the same time, once you go into the different country, it can make you actually more flexible. That means you are more flexible. You can adapt or adopt actually a lot of different things, because everybody in here in Malaysia, sometimes we feel most of you guys might feel comfortable because everything you are familiar with. Here you can buy the breakfast, there you can buy your lunch. But once you go into the overseas country, not all the country like the Malaysia, for example, Malaysia have a mama. It's about 24 hours. But in most of the European country or in the United States, most of the store close around 8 p.m., sometimes even earlier. During the weekend, after 6, you cannot find anything. But in Malaysia, it's almost like a night. Actually, there's no such day and night. You always can find the food. So you will take this opportunity to adapt the new culture. And also you can build your skill. And this skill actually is about the interpersonal communication. Even actually is make yourself actually more independent, because you have to take care a lot of different things by yourself. And meanwhile, I believe you guys can learn the new culture and the new language. At least you have to pick up some of the new languages, not just hi and goodbye. You will go deeper. You will, because you have to interact with others face to face, and force you actually to learn something, because very unique, very different things over there. Okay, so when you prepare to join the student mobility, make sure you make the time arrangement, plan enough money. Okay, so you don't have the big lots, but however, at least they cover your living expenses, your study plan. You have to do it well, and you build some soft skill. That means a communication, the leadership, even those independence skill, and with the right attitude. You are not going there actually for fun. You are going there actually to learn something, to make yourself as a better person. Okay, then you can join our exchange program. So if you have any question, Okay, you always feel welcome to drop us an email, thisinternet@utar@edu.my. So this is normally you can communicate us through the email. Or if you're a UTAR student, existing UTAR student, you always can drop by our office. In the Gambas, we have two campuses, one in Gambas, one in Sulalong. Sulalong will be in the KB, KB floor 10, and Gambas campus will be the block F next to the library. Okay, so you always can welcome to make appointment. So, but at the moment, because now the campus is not fully open for all the students, if you have any question, you always actually can go to our UTAR Facebook. You can leave us the message over there, and most welcome. You give us a like. They will be great. We like to collect the likes from you guys. So you give us a like. You can ask any questions. We are happy to answer. Okay, so I think it will be all for today's sharing part. Thank you. Okay, so let me stop broadcasting.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Chen. Okay. So, for those who have any questions, please you can click the button at the Q&A button at the bottom, and then just type your question over there so that Dr. Chen can answer all one by one. Okay. So, Dr. Chen, actually,
yes.
I have a few questions I want to ask.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So, what is the criteria to join the mobility program?
Okay, so the criteria will be depends, especially if you're for just like I mentioned earlier, for some of the university which is very hard seat. That means they provide the scholarship, they provide the accommodation. So yours CGPA must be higher because you have to compete with a lot of competitors. But normally we will suggest our student you have to maintain your CGPA actually 2.5. It's the mean. I think they will be better for you actually to apply, because if your CGPA is too low, we also worry if you go there you cannot maintain the result. You cannot maintain the result. So normally we still suggest, but we don't have a very specific requirement on the CGPA. But for some of the university, you have to get yourself ready. Especially you have to compete with those students with a very high CGPA, 3.5, 3.7, even those are very super high. So they will try to get into those we call a hotspot. So it will be very depends.
Okay, understand. Okay, is this student need to go through interview for the mobility program?
No, not necessary, unless the partner university requests. But normally we will base on the CGPA, we'll base on the students' language efficiency, we will screen the student. And another very important is a soft skill point. So before you go, you have to collect some of the soft skill point. So we will see whether you are not only the academic, your personal growth, and also your other because ability must be there. So that means you have a high chance to attend this because student mobility program. So it's not everybody can get, because they have every university have a limited capacity.
Okay, good. There's a question from our audience. Can students from Mass Comm Public Relations have an opportunity to exchange in Australia partner university?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But it depends, because it's I think majority like our partner West Sydney and few university they do offer the PR program. But however, it depends on the program. Some of the university, especially in UK, Australia, they will take the extra because fees, especially they will charge the tuition fees from our student. But it depends on our agreement. So I would suggest you, if you confirm or identify one or two particular university, you can drop by our office. Actually, we can give you detailed information, which university will charge the tuition fees, which university won't charge the tuition fees. But in general, 90% of our partner university, they don't charge us any tuition fees.
Okay, good to hear that. Okay, so normally how many times the student can go for the mobility program? Is it limited to one time per person?
Actually, it's not limited to one time, but you know, if you most of them though they only stay in Utah about 3 years. So I
Yeah.
think within this 3 year, actually, you probably can have one chance to go to the student exchange. But for the because one time already take you one semester, right? So you have to make the proper arrangement. Some of the students they want to go twice, which is up to you. But however, they might drag you actually the graduation. Definitely will drag because if you go too often. But for the study tour, if you don't want to go to the because long term, you want to go to the short term, this country, that country, you always can join the study tour. That one is no limitation.
I see, I see. Okay. So,
Especially the study tour is during the same break. So you can go anytime. You can go during the same break. They won't affect your study.
okay, okay, understand. According to your experience, normally how many credit can be transferred during the mobility program?
One semester, this credit transfer actually is based on the UTAR requirement. So in the long trimester, maximum 20. In the short sem, maximum 10.
Okay, maximum 10. All right. So there's
In the short
another.
sem, in the short
Okay.
sem.
Okay, good. There's another question from the audience also. When should I prepare to consult and apply for the outbound exchange?
Okay, so if you plan to go, you suppose once you join UTAR, especially for the degree student, you can after you get a first result, that means that after the year one, sem one, you can start drop by our office. You can start to drop by our office to let us to see what is your plan, when you're supposed to go. So normally we suggest once you get a first result, then you can drop by our office. We can see the schedule because every student's intake is quite different. So if you want to go to like the Taiwan, go to US, China, normally you only can go during the Jan trimester and the October trimester because those universities in Taiwan, China, US, they are the semester system. So that means 1 year, only 2 semester. Only 2 semester. Not like in Utah, have a 3 semester. So you have to come to see us. Then we can give you more detail.
Okay, all right, understand. Student, if you have any further question, you can keep raising out your question so that we can answer it.
Yeah, so if you, especially for some of the students, I think majority of your concern is about the fees, right? So just like I mentioned earlier, almost 90% of the university, they already, they will waive our tuition fees. So you don't have to pay the tuition fee to partners, but you have to pay the tuition fees to UTAR. So that's all.
Some of the students might will concern that is there they can get 2 certificates at the same time.
This is another program. Actually, for the postgrad, we do have this what we call as a dual degree or mutual credit recognition. You can get a 2 degree, but this is only for the postgrad. But for the undergrad, so far we don't have such an arrangement. But for the postgrad, we already have with National Yangming University, National Jiao Tong University Taiwan. So we already built this relationship with them. But those are dual degree mainly, and also another dual degree is with OTH Germany. So this is a major. We have a 3 dual degree at the moment right now.
Okay, okay, understand. Okay. Let me see. Is there any other question from the audience? Okay. What do you want to advise students if let's say they would like to go for this program?
The first of all, I think you have to maintain your CGPA. This one is the most important because if you fail, they might reduce the chance for you actually to go to the overseas. And the second of all, you have to pick up another language because depends on the country you go. Because if you go to China, I think majority of the class will be conducted in Chinese. They mean in Mandarin. So I know a lot of Utah students actually they can speak Mandarin well, but however, in terms of the speaking, the writing and also the reading part, that might be a little bit difficult. If you plan to go to Taiwan, I think it's a half-half. Like the Taiwan's class normally is half English and half Chinese. But the common language, I think the common language still will be Chinese to communicate. So don't watch it. Like if you want to go to Taiwan, don't be misled by those Hokkien drama. You thought all the Taiwanese over there are speaking Hokkien. Actually, they are not. They are speaking Chinese, the Mandarin. Majority are speaking the Mandarin. But if you want to go to Korea and Japan, I would suggest you to pick up those basic language first. Yeah, this is very important because especially Japan, actually majority, I think maybe 80% of them actually they cannot speak English fluently. Even they can. The Japanese English, the pronunciation, maybe we cannot understand immediately. So they will be a little bit difficult for you to communicate with them. So pick up some, because of foreign language will be very good. So you can, at the moment, I think if you're not ready to go, so you can learn some language, you can watch TV, you can listen to music, actually to pick up some foreign language, or join UTAR because a foreign language class, I think will be very helpful.
Okay. As I know, right, UTAR also actually got the language program. So
yes,
is there any student go over there to like go to Japan or Korea to do their language program as well?
Yes. Our student actually, if they, most of our exchange student, when they go to Korea and when they go to Japan, actually go over there is not taking those professional courses. They are taking the language subject.
Oh, I see.
And some of our students, very interesting, when they go to Japan, if our student go to like the Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, those are big city. Normally, when they come back, the Japanese won't be that good. But if they go to those Gambong area, then those are very urban, not urban city. They'll go to the suburb or those Gambong area university. So some of them actually can, because they learn the Japanese very fast, because over there no one speak English to them. Everybody's speaking Japanese, so they'll pick up the language super fast. After they come back, they can speak the Japanese very fluently. So it's very interesting. So I hope you guys actually you have to make the arrangement first. See what is the purpose of the study and why you want to go to that place.
Okay, that's a very good advice, and it's very good opportunity for those students who cannot afford like so expensive tuition fees in study abroad, so that they can join UTAR, and after that can join the mobility program through UTAR as well.
Yes. So
okay.
Everybody have to join UTAR first.
Yes. Yeah, welcome to UTAR.
Yeah, welcome to UTAR. UTAR will be your choice.
Yes, always. Okay, thank you, Dr. Chen, for sharing that informative and interesting pictures and information to all the audience. Okay, if let's say there is no other question, maybe we can end our webinar today. And for those audience in Zoom, actually we do provide the evaluation form in this Zoom. So you can click the chat box at the bottom to fill up the evaluation form. To please do like feedback to us, how is the webinar, how is our speaker. Okay, and also I would like to remind all of you that there is another webinar on tomorrow, also at the same time, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. The topic is about faculty preview, Faculty of Engineering and Green Technology. If let's say a student would like to know more about the programs offering by FEGT, can go to join our UTAR live webinar tomorrow. Or we're also doing the live sharing in our Facebook. Okay, so Dr. Chen, do you have anything else to share?
At the moment right now, no. So if everybody like to have more information, please come to our Facebook Facebook, This Internet UTAR. So please give us a like and we will share all the latest information over there. So see you guys in Facebook, and if you have any question, please drop by our office. Okay, bye. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.